Hey, Tom Sweeney here, and I have a video clip to show you how to fix a hole in the wall. Now this hole was made from somebody who put too much pressure onto a toilet paper holder. I think it might have been an older person who tried to use it as a grab bar. Here was the hole that was left in the wall right here. And I've already gone and squared the hole up and trimmed it out. And what I did is I used my level and I etched some lines and I cut it square, and I have a piece that I cut to fit. Okay, I did that already to save a little time on this clip. And also what I did is I marked right here where a stud is in the wall, and I cut it to expose part of the stud right here, and I'm going to screw my piece into the stud. But I didn't want to go all the way over to the other stud, so I shimmed in a board right here. And what I did is I drew pencil lines here so I know where this board's at. And I've gone and put screws all around the outer edge of where this patch is going to be. And I kind of think that maybe this span right here might be a little too long, so I'm going to chip in another piece because I don't want any flexibility between my patch and the wall. So I have a screw gun here, I've got an impact gun. I think what I'm going to do is use the screw gun. I'm going to hold this little board tight here and putting a little pressure on the board. Oh, that one popped through, so I mean that might happen. You might want to put an extra screw into this one. I want to sink that screw head just a little bit. See, this keeps the wall nice and tight when we put our little patch piece in. I'm going to do one more screw up top here because that one kind of popped all the way through. Okay, so we're going to take our pre-cut piece, fit it in, and I am going to screw 2 screws on each side. Sink that screw head just a little bit. I'm kind of angling my screw a little bit, aiming it towards the stud. I don't want to drive this too hard. I don't want to drive the screw too deep, and be a little careful not to push too hard on the screw gun. Okay, 2 more. Gonna hit my middle shim. I know it's right here in alignment with these other screws. Maybe you can see how that's tightening this little area up here. There's no flexibility now. Now that's a solid patch right there. Okay, so what I've done is I've pre-made some compound here. This is a powder. This is a 20-minute mix. Got this at Home Depot. It comes in a bag. You want to mix it up and make it kind of like a peanut butter. So I've got a couple different size drywall knives. These may look dirty, but they're not. You make sure the one side you're using is completely smooth. Now this one here barely fits this space, so I'm going to use the wider one. And I'm going to load that up a little bit. I pre-cut some mesh tape. Now, you want to use the mesh tape over the seams here. You can't just patch over these without tape, because over time the whole perimeter will pop out. This mesh tape has a little bit of adhesive on it, so it sticks real well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take my knife, I'm going to load this up. This is the initial coat. What we're going to do is get the initial coat on. We're going to let this dry completely. Chunky in there. Okay, we're going to do multiple coats. So the first coat you want to put on kind of thin. You don't want to have anything real heavy. We're going to do multiple coats. You put it on heavy, then you're going to have trouble sanding it down. Alright if you have a few little specks in there that are creating lines. Like I said, we're going to do multiple coats. I'm thinking maybe 4 thin coats. Super thin. Okay, we're going to let this dry. We're going to put another coat on it, let that dry. Maybe do a light sand in between coats. When this thing's completely dry and sanded, it'll be ready for primer and paint. Now it's your turn. Good luck.